Alright people, so here I have with me not just one, not just two, but three of the brand new Sony Xperia phones. And to be specific, this is the all new Sony Xperia 1 Mark 7, and I've been lucky enough to be testing these out for the past few weeks, and I cannot wait to tell you guys all about them. Now, as you can already tell, they come in these all new colors, which I really like. We've obviously got the slate black, the moss green, and the orchid purple. And I'm loving these two new colors on the side here. These are definitely some of my favorite colors that I've seen on the Sony phones so far. So in this video, as usual, I'm going to be testing out the camera on this phone. I've lined up a bunch of shoots throughout the video, and I'm super excited to tell you guys all about the camera and its new features. So let's just get straight into it. So what else have Sony done that's new within this phone? Well, first of all, we have a whole bunch of new AI features within the camera, specifically within the video mode. We've got the AI camera work and the auto framing, which essentially makes shooting videos so much more fun and so much more easy as a videographer. So you're always going to get really cool, reliable, clean results. We also have a new and improved ultra-wide 16mm lens with a new large format sensor, and essentially what this means is you can now take even more crispy photos at night. And as you guys know, I love taking photos at night, so I'm definitely going to be testing this thing out, doing some night photography in London, so make sure to stick around for that. And of course, for the portrait lovers out there, we've got the new and improved bokeh mode. So within this, we have an improved HDR capability,
meaning that our highlights are going to be retained, and we'll also have a lot more details in the shadows.
Also, of course, have the human pose estimation technology, as well as the real-time eye autofocus and real-time tracking, which ensures that we're always going to have a nice in-focus photo, so we're never ever going to miss focus. Also want to mention about the 120mm macro lens. This thing is insanely powerful, and you can literally take a photo from about 4 centimeters away from a subject, and it's about a 2 times magnification, and the detail that it can reveal is absolutely insane. In terms of the screens on these things, they've always been super powerful, but we now have a new and improved peak brightness enhancement, which essentially makes viewing the screen in direct sunlight so much more easy. And last but not least, we also have a 2-day battery life, so I'm now going to go fully put this thing to the test. I've lined up a whole bunch of shoots across London, and I'm going to be taking this phone with me and seeing what kind of cool photos and videos we can get, and fully putting this camera to the test. So let's just get straight into it. Alright guys, so here we are for our first shoot of the day. We're going to be doing some portraits on the brand new Sony Xperia 1 Mark 7. I'm here with my friend Miles, who's going to be our model for today. And as you can see, we've got this lovely BMW E30. We're going to be doing like a little old school retro style shoot. We've come to this really cool location, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys the portrait mode, the bokeh mode. You can essentially adjust the level of bokeh to your taste and preferences. So we're just going to work around here, get some cool shots, and I'm looking forward to taking you guys along with me. Okay, so we've just been taking some portraits now, and one of the good things that I found about this phone is the autofocus. Obviously, we've got the human pose estimation technology, which essentially is able to sort of track the pose of a human body and make sure that it's in focus all the time. You've also got the real-time eye autofocus too, which is basically following Miles's eye wherever he's looking, and I can always just basically be assured that I'm going to get a shot that's in focus. And another thing too is that you can control obviously the level of bokeh. As in previous Sony phones, you can have, there's a little slider, and you can essentially just control the level of blurriness or the amount of bokeh that you want in your photos. So far, I'm very impressed. The photos look really cool. I've been flicking through all the different focal lengths. But yeah, it's going good. We're gonna get a few more photos, and yeah, smiles all around. I was originally going to bring a step ladder to this shoot, but we couldn't fit it in the car. So I brought a pole here, and I've got a little phone mount, and I put the phone into it. And I wanted to get like a nice little vantage point. So I've extended it here. I can make it as long as I need to, but I've basically got the phone on a 10-second or a 3-second timer. I'm hitting the shutter. I'm quickly putting the phone up into getting a nice frame, and the shots are really cool. It's like a nice alternative angle to the stuff we've been shooting. And yeah, it's coming out well. I'm liking it. Okay, so now we're on to our next shoot. We finished shooting the portraits now, and the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is one of Sony's newest features, the AI camera work. So they've integrated several AI features into their camera, primarily in their video features. So the first one is the subject lock. Now this is a really cool feature, and I'm going to be testing it out with my friend Jack here, who is an unbelievable BMX rider. We're going to be sort of cycling around, doing some cool stuff. I'm going to be like running alongside him. And one of the key features is that the AI will continuously track Jack, so I can tap on him and the video will track him, ensuring that he's in focus the whole time. But not only that, it will also essentially keep him centered in the frame, whatever I'm recording. So I'm going to be running around, and the AI is going to be able to track Jack, making sure that he is completely in the center. So I'm very much looking forward to checking that out. So that all sounds like a lot, so I'm just gonna get straight into it and show you guys exactly what the phone can do. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, as I explained, I'm gonna use the AI camera work. I'm gonna go into that section, and I'm gonna do the frame locking. So essentially this is gonna enable me to, one, make sure that Jack is always in focus because I can tap on him and it will track him. Two, the video is going to be extremely stable. And three, he's also going to be kept in the center of the frame due to the AI camera tracking. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to be running alongside Jack. Bear in mind I'm running, so the phone's going to be moving around a lot. So it has to cope with that, and also it has to cope with the speed of Jack. So I need to sort of ensure that the AI is going to keep him in the center of the frame. So this is going to be a big test for that, but we're going to give it a few goes now and see how it gets on. Ready? All right, let's go. Woo! So now I'm going to play around with the secondary AI camera work feature. This is the one where you can kind of shoot 2 frames within one video, or 2 different focal lengths within one video. So I'm going to click more in our settings, and I'm literally going to hit auto framing. And what you do is whatever subject you're shooting, you will tap on that subject and you'll get like a little box around your subject, and you can essentially use a little slider to drag, and it will basically determine the size of the secondary shot that it's going to take. So whether you want a really tight shot, or you want a slightly tighter shot, or just a more wider shot, it's completely down to taste. But that way you're going to end up with 2 videos within one, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that now. I'm going to record Jack doing a bunch of cool stuff on the bike, and we're going to get a bunch of different angles all within one video to make our workflow much more efficient. Alright guys, so you're joining us now at the end of this video and we're getting towards nighttime, which is one of my favorite times to shoot, as you guys know, but also one of my favorite times to test out the low light capabilities on the phone. We're going to be testing out the new ultra wide lens as it has a new large format sensor, so it's going to be super powerful. We'll be shooting on the 16mm and a 24mm lens. We're here at the Garden at 120, which is also one of my favorite spots to shoot in London. We're going to essentially work our way around the rooftop garden before it closes and see what kind of cool low light shots we can get. So let's just get straight into it. Pull out the pole again. We used it earlier on in the video, but as you can see here, this whole thing is just surrounded by glass and glare and reflections. So I've got the pole, I'm going to put it on a 10-second timer. We're shooting in program auto mode, which means we can also shoot in RAW as well if we want to, and essentially I'm just going to hit the shutter, 10 seconds will go by, and the shutter speed is automatically determined for you. So it's going to be quite a low shutter speed, so you've got to make sure to keep the camera still in order to get a nice crispy shot. I'm going to start the timer now. Extend this up, go all the way up to the glass, 10 seconds will go by, and I should be able to get a nice clean shot of the gherkin, for example, and therefore we're not going to get any glass reflections. And yeah, the shot looks pretty sick. Alright, so we're on Tower Bridge now. We got gonna wait for our bus to come across. There's one just coming here. Gonna use the railing to keep my body as still as possible. Gonna tap on Tower Bridge to focus. We're on 1/8 of a second, ISO 250. Hit that as many times as we can, and we should get a really nice long exposure of Tower Bridge. That looks so freaking cool. Alright people, so that pretty much all in all summarizes my time using the brand new Sony Xperia 1 Mark 7, and as always I've absolutely loved putting this thing to the test, taking it on a whole bunch of different shoots with me across London. Now, one of the first things that I noticed an improvement in was definitely the bokeh mode. I found that it was able to focus so much more easy than the previous model, and also I found that the skin tones were so much more nicely retained, which of course is super important when shooting portraits. Also, let's definitely not forget to mention about the auto framing feature. This is definitely such a game-changing and unique feature that I've not seen in any other mobile device. One place where I'm thinking this auto framing feature is going to be game game-changing in is when shooting content for social media. Let's say you were shooting a YouTube video here in landscape, you could use the auto-framing feature to also shoot a video in vertical, which means that you've got a landscape version and a vertical version, and then you can go ahead and post the landscape version to YouTube, but you could also go ahead and post the vertical version to things like TikTok and Instagram, and this is just essentially improving the workflow, and it means that your videos are all there for you. You don't need to edit anything. I did also find the AI camera work feature absolutely insane. You guys saw that I was literally running after Jack, and when I look back at the video, I was honestly just astounded at how stable the video was, and also the fact that it was able to keep up and track him, making sure that he was kept in the center all the time. So honestly, I found that such a powerful feature, and overall I absolutely loved putting this phone to the test. If you guys are keen to see more tests out in the field, then please let me know down in the comments. And I think I'm going to leave things there. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like rating on the video. If this is the first time that you're seeing my videos and you think this is going to be the kind of thing that you might enjoy, then maybe consider subscribing. But yeah, with that all said and done, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.